You need a system. You need a system that you could plug people into that will get the same result. Welcome to another episode of Journey to Mastery. I'm your host, LZ, and I want to talk about why most founders stay stuck. There's really one thing, and I want to dig into that, right? And I want to show you how the system that I've built can help get you unstuck. Now, I'm doing that for two reasons. I want to walk you through my system, but I also want to give you insight for building your own system. Not that what I've built is perfect. Of course, it has flaws. It's a work in progress like anything else, but I think it'll give you some insight as to kind of what I was thinking when I built it, why the pieces are where they are, and how that might help you as you fine tune and refine your system. Because I can tell you that business is moving at the speed of light right now. 1 month, something is working. 3 months later, that's no longer working. So I want to dig into that in this episode. For the most part, it's not information that's the issue. In this day and age, we are in information overload. There's AI, there's Google, there's all types of sources of information. We don't lack there. There's podcasts, there's all kind of things, right? That where you can get information. The problem is it's fragmented, it's out of sequence, and it's maybe not in sync or in alignment with what you need for your business in the season of your life that you're in right now, in your life and your business, right? Tons of noise. It's lots of ideas. It's a lot of things that you're carrying, responsibilities that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And I find that a lot of founders aren't focused and they aren't clear. Now, one of the main reasons and the main solutions is because you're out of sync. You don't have a rhythm. Some days you do this, some days you do that. Some days you make decisions this way, sometimes you make decisions that way. There's no real rhythm or flow or system to the way that you do the things that you do. So that's the first thing. You need a system. You need a system that you can plug anybody in. Okay, well, maybe not anybody. You could plug people into that will get the same result. Okay, so a system is set up so that no matter who you put in it, for the most part, you're going to get the same or a very, very similar result. One example is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, they have a system. They have a way that they play that is not only recognizable, but they've successfully plugged 3 generations of players into their system. First, it was David Robinson. Then it was Tim Duncan. Then for a little while, it was Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Now it's Wemby. So they have a system. San Antonio has developed a system. And now they just have to find coaches, GMs, players that fit into their system. I want to tell you about the Daily Crown. It is a daily audio devotional that's going to help you get into alignment, set the foundation for your day so that you are clear, you're focused, and that you're ready to take on the day. So check it out. Join us. This is a movement, not a moment. Your business is no different. Okay. You need a rhythm. You need a system. So here is the first layer of the Crown system. It's the journey feed. I invite you all the time to join the journey feed. Why? Because it is an audio journal where I get to be a founder. I get to share my flaws. I get to share my victories. I get to share my wins, my losses. I get to be human, and I get to be vulnerable and transparent in a way that you won't see anywhere else. So that's my relational layer. That's where I want to connect with you and walk with you on your journey. That's the journey feed. Now I've recently moved it to audio because that's my sweet spot. I love audio. Been an audio podcaster for 10 years now, right? It's my sweet spot. I can more easily sit down, talk about my thoughts for 2 to 3 minutes and be on to the next thing. It fits into my system. Okay. Now, a lot of the pain points that I'm trying to address with the Journey Feed is founders who feel isolated. You might feel overwhelmed. You might feel mentally noisy, right? You might feel spiritually disconnected or emotionally exhausted, or you don't feel seen. Those are the things that I am addressing in my relational layer of the Crown system. Up next is the alignment rhythm layer. I know that as a founder, the more that I can get into a rhythm and the more aligned I am into where God has me going in that season, the better outcomes I get. So my alignment and rhythm layer is the daily crown, right? I am pouring into you. I'm giving you everything I got. I'm praying for you, and I'm giving my insights and what God has given me to give to you every single day in 1 to 2 short minutes of audio devotionals. Why? Because I can pour into you and you can glean from what God is speaking to me through me, and you develop a rhythm. So every single day you do a thing. It matters what you do, but it almost kind of doesn't matter what you do. Having a daily rhythm is a step in the right direction for our system. Okay. This helps to interrupt that interactive, response driven way of doing business. Okay. It helps fight inconsistency and spiritual drift, right? The mental overload, because I'm helping you to take a step back, to pause, to smell the roses, right? To really get away from that reactive leadership. Okay. And the goal is, the transformation is, you feel aligned, feel like, okay, I'm going in the right direction. This is where God has me. I'm good to go. Even though there's still going to be times where it's going to be challenging because business is challenging, but at least you'll know that you're going in the right direction and that God is walking along with you. So the next layer in the system, the Crown system, is the Crown Room Live. Why? This is a live clarity experience. It is designed to help you get clear, to help you focus, and to help you execute consistently. So it fights against overthinking, being stuck, being overloaded, right? We have what we call the one method. We go through one measure, our joy meter. How are you feeling? What is your state, right? One word, one issue that you're going through, one shift, and one action. It's quick. It takes us about 30 minutes, but you leave with one thing that's going to help grow your faith and one thing that's going to help grow your business. So we're stacking you and moving you into a system, a way to operate. Okay, so this is going to help with decision fatigue, confusion, mental fragmentation, lack of momentum, lack of motivation, right? You come out knowing, okay, I know what to do next, right? For the next week, for the next day, I know what actions I need to be taking. That's the transformation. And then finally, our deep dive, our long-term container is the Crown Room. This is where we take what we've done with the Journey Feed. We've connected relationally. We moved you into the Daily Crown. Now you have a rhythm. Now you don't feel isolated. Then we move you to the Crown Room Live, where you know what to do. You feel aligned. Now we dig in. We dig into the minutia, right? Now that I'm good, right? The founder's good. I've put my oxygen mask on first. Now let's dig into the business. Let's look at the margins. Let's look at what things we can do to build our system in a way that runs well without us, that runs well no matter who we plug into it. So the Crown Room is the place where we get down, we get dirty, and we help you grow your business God's way. Not more hustle, not more of the newest technology, but we help grow your business God's way. So that is the Crown system, right? It solves the isolation, the lack of accountability, the inconsistency, the lack of a sustainable rhythm. You come out knowing that you're growing with clarity, rhythm, and accountability. All right. Whew. That was a lot. Okay, you might have to pause this a couple of times and re-listen to or re-watch that a little bit. But alignment is the thing that's going to create sustainable momentum. Okay, when you're out of sync, all kind of things go wrong, right? But when you're in sync and you're in alignment, there's less noise, there's less urgency, there's less fragmentation, there's more clarity, more rhythm, and more peace. Okay. So listen, the goal isn't just to grow faster. The goal is to grow aligned. All right. Now, as I do every episode, I want you to join the journey feed, because this is where that relational layer, I can reach out to you. You can reach out to me. Our platform is really cool. There's ways that you can send reactions and feedback and all the good stuff. Sign up and you'll see it's really cool. But I want you in there, because the more founders we can get in the journey feed, the more founders we can get on the journey to mastery. So listen, if you know a founder that will get value from the content, send it to them. Tell them Elsie sent you, because Elsie is a cool guy and you need to do what Elsie says. So cool. Thank you. And we'll talk with you next time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah. Can I get a